The thing about sponsorships is that they basically new to you. If you're being gifted a product and told to talk about it on your YouTube channel, chances are you've got to say mostly positive things about it, even if the product that you're being sponsored with isn't particular to your liking. Think about it. Have you ever watched a Coke commercial where someone drinks the bottle and after they gulp it down, they go, God, that tasted like shit? No, you never see that. So today we're going to talk about Pokemon Go. I bought this. You can see here, I spent $100. $100. You know how much that gets you in Australia? That's like 20 Big Macs. I spent the money, so I'm going to talk about whatever I like about this thing. And honestly, yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, let's be serious. It's just Pokemon cards. So it's not take to the streets and cry about it. I wouldn't take it too seriously. In fact, you know, someone actually kind of spoke about this. I was trying to see where the mat is. Oh, the mat's here. Somebody already spoke about this before. This guy, you ever watched one of his videos?
Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to The Hobby.
Jake actually had an insanely based take. I never thought I would see the day. Great stuff, Jake. But honestly, you went in a little bit too soft. I would have gone in a little bit harder, and I will. You made some great point. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. Did I rip it? This was the whole reason I bought it. No, I ripped the paper and I'm thinking, damn, did I rip the mat? Like the mat was a piece of paper. This was the whole reason I bought this thing, because I wanted this mat. This is a nice mat. So you get this from the Radiant EV collection of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go had Pokemon cards. In case you had, do I zoom out? No. Okay. In case you missed the memo, because it was all over YouTube. In fact, I think people are still trying to ram this set down your throat. Pokemon Go, Pokemon cards exist, and they came out. But the set's a little bit underwhelming. We're going to talk about why. This is kind of cool, but for the money that you pay for it, it's kind of like, oh, wow. Actually, I'm going to claim that before anybody can get it. It's actually kind of like a bit of an oof, because $100 for a promo and a mat, it's not too bad. I mean, you do get the 8 packs, but it's not the best value proposition, and that's the whole problem with this set. I'm going to put this in a sleeve. So this is what they call like a special set or like a holiday set. In the past, there've been sets like Shining Fates. That was one that we got last year. I think you had Shining Legends a couple of years before. Champion's Path, kind of similar, and Hidden Fates. And the reason why I bring up Hidden Fates and I talk about it last is because Hidden Fates is the perfect example of how to do a holiday set. It ticks basically every box. Sets like Pokemon Go, not really. I mean, the first problem with it, and I guess kind of what Jake spoke about, is that the value proposition isn't really there. For what you pay, you don't get an awful lot. That's not to say that you're entitled to something when you buy Pokemon cards, because ultimately, is that a Ditto? No. Ultimately, you're buying them and what you get is what you get. And you can be very well informed. Is that a Ditto? Maybe? I don't know. You can be very well informed before you buy it, because the set list for these things are out there. Wait, what did I just chuck? Okay, I chucked that on the pin. So you shouldn't feel entitled when you buy a set like this to be getting good stuff out of it. That was probably the one thing I thought, that feels a little bit thick. I'm sure that's the Ditto. I'm going to say it's not. I think the Ditto's got a sign. You shouldn't feel entitled when you buy Pokemon products to get good pulls. That's not how it works. And if you do, that's just an easy way to set yourself up for disappointment. A couple of things that Jake spoke about, one of them that I thought was true, is that there just aren't that many good hits in this set, and that's a problem. Ordinarily, it wouldn't be a problem if it was something like a booster box. I don't know. I feel like complaining about pull rates is wrong. So like the pull rates argument, no, but the variety, that's basically the whole problem with this set. The variety just is not there when it comes to Pokemon Go and the cards in it. One of the good things about it is cards like this, Solrock and Lunatone. They're pretty boring if you're a collector, but it's open stuff up for players, especially if you're a new player. This is a really cheap budget deck that you can play and make very quickly, and it can actually do quite well going up against, you know, meta decks. So there are some nice cards introduced into this set. I know most people who watch this channel aren't too interested in that, but you've got to look at these things holistically, not just as a collector. You got to look at it as a player and a collector. So as a player, there were some nice additions to the TCG, but nothing absolutely insane. I think stuff like Shining Charizard was good. Shining Blastoise is introduced a little bit with that Urshifu deck, and you've got Shining Charizard with the Arceus deck as well. You can make stuff like Solrock, Lunatone. You can play a Charizard deck with Ditto. There are a whole bunch of different decks that you can now play thanks to Pokemon Go that are actually quite a little bit of fun. There is the Charizard. I do like this one by Design Inc. I was talking about this last night with somebody, Ladamon, and we were talking about how the special arts, I guess the alternate arts in this set, which is basically just Mewtwo and Conkeldurr, were just a huge missed opportunity. I feel like if you're going to make a Pokemon Go set, you should have definitely put as many special arts and alternate arts as you could. The way that they did them is fine. I know it's not for everybody, but you got to remember this set is targeted at Pokemon Go players. I'm going to touch on that in a little bit, but it's targeted at Pokemon Go players. So it's kind of got to have that Pokemon Go feel to it. That's why the Mewtwo looks the way it does, and the Conkeldurr, is that a Ditto? I don't know. I know it's a reverse. Looks the way that it does. What's that? Melmetal VMAX. Again, another Pokemon that's Pokemon Go relevant, but for collectors, it just doesn't really, ring any bells. But like Melmetal V should have had an alternate art in this set. I don't know why it didn't. It just feels like such a no-brainer. Charizard could have had one. I know some people will say, no, there's enough Charizards out there. And yeah, there probably is, but this is supposed to be a celebration of Pokemon Go. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. So they should make it as fun as possible. That's why sets like Hidden Fates was so awesome. And that's why even like 2, 3, 4 years on, people clamor for sets like Hidden Fates. They still have fun opening it because there is a huge variety of really fun cards you can find inside of it. You've got the evolutions, you got Pokemon like Ho-Oh, you got Rayquaza in it. Oh no, Rayquaza's a promo. You've obviously got the Charizard, you got Mewtwo. There are a whole bunch of different SV cards in it, as well as the baby shiny. So there is a huge variety of hits. It's not about pull rates. It's about what are you going to potentially find. And if you open up 20 packs of Pokemon Go, chances are you've seen all there is to see. Is that the Ditto? It's got to have the sign on it. Hey, this is a nice one. Cute little Pikachu, and it's a holo too. This is very lovely. This card will age like fine wine. But that's what made a set like Hidden Fates so good, and that's what made the price point of Hidden Fates palatable and acceptable for people, because it was a bit more expensive than a booster box or like a standard release or expansion. Let's go with expansion, right? The per pack cost, it's always more expensive for holiday sets. Packs like Champion's Path, Shining Fates, fucking Hidden Fates, Hidden whatever. You know what I mean? Those sets always way more expensive. Way more. Okay, we're talking about like $9 a pack versus $6, but you're okay paying it because you kind of know that it's worth it because there's just so much variety and the excitement's there. For something like Pokemon Go, when the best card is Mewtwo V Alternate Art and the Shining Charizard, it doesn't really hit. The value proposition isn't really there. So that's why, I don't know, I feel like there is just not a lot of hype around it. People aren't too excited to go and open it up because after about 20 packs, you've kind of seen everything there is to see. And that goes for players as well. Like you can very quickly get stuff like the Solrock, the Lunatone. I guess like the Ditto is probably one of the harder ones to get, and the Shining Charizard if you want to play that. Okay, that's a bit tougher to find, but eventually you'll get it. Or you can just buy it as a single, which is probably the price I paid for this box. If I really wanted the Shining Charizard, I could have just paid the price for the box and I would have already had it. Probably should have done that. But then I want to be here making this video. You get the point I'm making? The value isn't there because there isn't enough variety. The value is never there with Pokemon cards. Let's be serious. It just never is there. The second you open up a sealed product, it's already worth less than what you paid for it. You're very rarely going to get your money back if you sell the cards inside of it, unless you find something ridiculous, right? So you should never open up Pokemon products expecting to make money or to break even. That is a very quick way to be disappointed in yourself and question your life decisions. If that's how you feel, stop opening up Pokemon product because you're never going to be satisfied. I don't think you have a right to complain if you get upset or emotional about that. Oh, that might sound a little bit harsh. Hey, if those words sting, look in the mirror. It's time for some self-reflection. Don't take that personally. Sometimes you need to hear the harsh truth to grow and move on a little bit. But I mean, let's have a look at what I've found so far. I got the best hit so far has probably been nothing. Out of this, I think the best thing I've gotten out of it is the Radiant Eevee. And that's about it. The Melmetal VMAX, no one's running it in any decks. It doesn't look that fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. If there were more cards inside of this set, this was a disappointment. That was, as far as Radiant Eevee boxes go, that was a poor one. He's out here saying, don't be upset, don't be disappointed. No matter what, you can't hide that feeling of, damn, I regret that. I'm gonna open up this, and maybe it'll be a little bit better. You shouldn't get upset about it sucking. If it's that bad, just don't buy it. But you can easily know whether something's gonna stink or not, or whether it's gonna not meet your expectations. I put a poll up here on the channel, and I asked the question. I said, what makes a Pokemon card set hype? And I think like 80% or majority of people just said alternate arts. So why didn't they just put more alternate arts? Now, before I said if they put a Charizard V Alternate Art, they would have had to put a new Charizard V card. No, they wouldn't have had to do that. Why don't they just structure this a little bit better? They should have had the foresight. Who's they? Creatures should have had the foresight to say, we're going to do Pokemon Go cards and we're going to do it properly. And you know what? We're going to break our mold a little bit, because with stuff like VMAX Climax, they made the CSR cards that we've seen in the Trainer Gallery subset from Brilliant and Astral Radiance, right? That's how they wanted to release their cool CSR cards. They probably didn't want to muddy the CSR and the trainer gallery with stuff like alternate arts from Pokemon Go. So what I was thinking was maybe, you know, make a CSR, Pokemon Go CSR alternate art. Oh man, that is a word sandwich. If you don't even know anything about Pokemon cards, you must be like, what on God's earth is this guy talking about? But what I'm saying is, there already is a Charizard V. Just make a Pokemon Go special art version of it. There's no rules in this thing. It would have been Pog. People would have gotten excited. And then you could have done stuff like that for Snorlax V, for Blissey V. You could have done that. We got something in here. But you could have done that for so many different Pokemon that already have V cards, okay, that are like cool Pokemon from the Pokemon Go universe to make this set more fun for Pokemon card collectors and to tick all the boxes for the Pokemon Go fans out there. It's a Mewtwo V. That's pretty cool. I guess like Mewtwo V and VSTAR is kind of a good card that was added to the game. I don't see many people really running the Mewtwo VSTAR deck, but hey, something down the line might make it a little bit more exciting. You never know with Pokemon cards. Just do it. It's literally just Nike. Just do it, because why not? No one's going to care. Everyone's just going to be happier. No one's going to care that it might get a little bit messy or out of order. People would just be happier that the set is a little bit cooler, and then everyone's happy. Now, as for catering to Pokemon Go fans, I don't think Pokemon Go fans actually care about Pokemon Go cards. I honestly don't. You know why? They're probably all outside playing Pokemon Go. They're literally outside, all touching grass, playing Pokemon Go, doing community challenges, whatever Pokemon Go fans do. So like, they're not out here being like, wow, Pokemon Go cards, we're so happy that we have Candela full art, you know, that we have Blissey doing that at the Pokestop or whatever. I don't play Pokemon Go anymore, right? I don't think they actually care. Know your audience. Know your audience. Pokemon cards, they cater to two types of people: Pokemon card collectors and Pokemon card. Why did I sleeve that one, not the other one? And Pokemon card players, right? I don't think this set really caters to either of those two. For collectors, there's nothing really that cool that I'm looking at going, damn, I need to have that in my collection. Maybe the Radiants, but you know, whatever, I can just get them. I can just buy them easily as singles. And for players, while Lunatone and Solrock is a good deck that you can play, it's not BDIF, right? So it's not the best deck in format. It's just a good deck that you can play against other good decks and actually win against and have a little bit of fun. It's a cheeky deck. They call it like funny deck. It's valid, but it's not like game breaking. So you wouldn't take it to Worlds unless, you know, someone might take it to Worlds. That's why if you're going to make a set like this, you really got to cater to your audience. You got to put a lot of cool alternate art cards. They don't have to be really easy to find. They just got to be there. The possibility of finding them just has to be there. And if you're not going to do that, well then my recommendation is to price the set accordingly. Think about it. Don't charge the same price as Hidden Fates for Pokemon Go. Hidden Fates, when it dropped, was probably about the same price as Pokemon Go is now. It's one of those special sets, but Hidden Fates was way better. If you walked into a store and Hidden Fates and Pokemon Go released at the same time, Hidden Fates is on the left, Pokemon Go is on the right, you're never going to pick the Pokemon Go set. You're going to pick Hidden Fates every single day of the week. So they should have made it a little bit cheaper. If they're going to make it like this, it should have been a little bit cheaper. You're probably sitting there going, JLUV, you keep talking about value. Listen, I'm going to show you value. This is the Japanese Pokemon Go set. You can see here on this blank page. But no, this is my binder of the Japanese version of Pokemon Go, which in my opinion was done very well. I bought 3 booster boxes of the Japanese set for 5,000 yen each. Converted, that's about 50 USD. So let's say 150 USD and converted to Australian, about 180, just a little bit more than what I paid. And I got the whole set. I got a guaranteed Radiant out of each of those boxes. So I've got the Radiant Venusaur here. That's a tick. I've got one of the Dittos, which I believe is the Spinarak. So that's a Ditto there. You can see on the next page, I got the Radiant Charizard out of the next box. That was very lucky. And my fire types are all completed here. And again, you can see I don't have the Blastoise. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, but I can buy that for about, 10 or 20 bucks, the Japanese version, which is very cheap. And you can see just very nicely laid out in a small, concise binder. I actually got more, well, obviously I got more V and VSTAR cards out of the Japanese set. I got the Mewtwo V and the VSTAR. I've got doubles of them. I got rares that I didn't get out of this English set here. I got the Dragonite. See, I forgot there was even Dragonite in this set. The Melmetal, the Radiant Eevee, which is actually in the box, the Ditto, which I peeled off one of the other cards. Man, they just should have given Snorlax V an alternate art from this set. It just made a whole lot of sense. The Slaking, fantastic. Love me some Slaking, not really. You got your trainers. And then the 3 secret rares that I got. I got Mewtwo V, Conkeldurr, maybe one of these was a double box. I think it was a double box. The Slaking V, and I got the rare module. So I got like four secret rares and all the Radiants. That's how it should be done. I spent basically the same amount of money, or a little bit more in the Japanese version, and I got all of the cards. That's value. I get that we do things differently internationally and it's a little bit different. They've got to release these holiday sets because they're money makers, and ultimately that's what it is. It comes down to people are conditioned and are okay with spending money on potentially overpriced Pokemon products because they've done it in the past. Right now, there's a lot of hype. You see everybody here talking on YouTube about Pokemon Go, about the new cards. Everyone's getting very excited about it. They know that it's going to sell. It sells. It's very saturated. It's everywhere. And that's probably one of the last reasons. One thing that Jake didn't talk about, why no one really cares too much about this set, is that you can just get anywhere. But whenever that happens to the Pokemon product, it ends up sitting on the shelf for ages. And then after a couple of years, you can get an absolute bottom dollar bargain bin prices, and that's usually when the investors come out and they mop up all the product. But this is how it should have been done. Yeah, I didn't get the best secret rares, but hey, at least I got them. We actually did not get anything cool in that out of both of those. That was actually rough, but hey, that's the game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you at the next rant. Hopefully I didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Peace out.